All right, welcome back everyone to another DIY from home crochet video tutorial. Today we're going to be working on a crochet slouchy beanie pattern. If you'd like the written pattern, you can check the link in the description below. I'm using the Lion brand Pound of Love yarn. You can use whatever yarn you like. I just really like this one, and a 5mm crochet hook. You're going to also need a yarn needle and a pair of scissors. Let's get started. We're going to go ahead and begin with our starting loop, however you like to make it. This is how I do mine. And we'll just get the hook on the loop there. And we're going to begin with making a chain of 7. So just going to yarn over, pull it through, yarn over, pull it through. And if at any point I'm going over anything too quickly, you can refer to the stitch tutorials I also offer. So beginning in the second chain from the hook, there's the first. We're going to go into the second one here and we're going to do a single crochet. All right, so I'll do it again. If you're not familiar, push your hook through the chain, yarn over, pull up a loop. You've got 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, and just pull right through both loops. And that's your single crochet. So we're going to go ahead and work 1 single crochet, as I said, beginning in the second chain from the hook and all the way down. So by the end of this row, you should have a total of 6 single crochets. And when you get to the end there of your row, you're just going to go ahead, chain 1 and turn your work. For this next row, we're going to work back post single crochet. So instead of pushing your hook in the front of your stitch like this, you're going to put your hook over around the back and push your hook through the back of the stitch. Bring it over the front of that post and go right through the next stitch and bring your hook out the other end. So it's like you're pushing the post to the back post single crochet, yarn over, and go ahead and pull up that loop, and you're just going to finish like a regular single crochet. Okay, let's do another one. Go around the back of the stitch, over the post, through the next stitch, yarn over, pull up your loop, yarn over, and pull through both loops on your hook. We'll do another one. And pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through both loops. All right, so you're just going to go ahead and do your back post single crochet all the way down the row. And one more. Okay, for the last one, because we should have 6 stitches, we're just going to do a regular single crochet in that last stitch of the row. All right, chain 1 and turn your work. For the next row, we are going to be working on front post single crochets. So same idea, but we're going to push our hook in the front and we're going to pull that hook, the post, to the front. So we're going to bring our stitch around the back of the next one. Pull up a loop and just finish. Push your hook through the next stitch, around the other side, pull up a loop, pull through both loops. So it's the same idea as the back post single crochet, but instead of going over into the back of the stitch, we're pushing in the front and coming around the back of the other stitch. So we're pushing the post to the front of our work. Front post single crochets all the way down, and finish off with a regular single crochet in that very last stitch at the end. Okay? Chain 1 and turn your work. So now you're just going to continue on working these rows, back post single crochets all the way down and front post single crochets all the way down. And of course, finish with your regular single crochet, chain 1 and turn work every time. Okay. So we're going to continue on for 57 rows. That's if you're working on a standard adult medium like I am. If not, grab your measuring tape and refer to the size chart. I've included a link in the description below. And you're just going to check the size chart to see the head circumference, because for this part, what you're working on is this band that you're seeing that's going to go around the head of your hat. So you're working on, that's the part you're working on. So you need to check the measurement and do it less 1.5 inches because you want to give consideration for stretch. So go ahead and work on that and then come back. Okay, so now that you've finished the band of your hat, you're going to want to look and make sure that these ribbing looks are, you got to take note that that's the outside. We want to fold it so that's on the inside right now. So it's like your hat band would be inside out, and line up the short edges. And we're going to go ahead and close this seam, connecting both sides with slip stitches all the way down. So you're going to push your hook through, make sure you're lining up the stitches together and that your hook is through both sides. You're going to yarn over your hook and pull right through all the loops on your hook to complete a slip stitch. And you're just going to go ahead and do that all the way down the whole entire row to create your seam. So this is why it's really important that you're making sure that right now your work is inside out, because this would be, you're going to be creating this seam and you want this to be on the inside of your hat. So just go ahead and continue on working your slip stitches all the way down to close the seam. Okay, and when you get to the end, just do your little chain one. And like I said, right now your work is inside out. So we're going to flip it around so it's not inside out anymore before we start our first round. So now for this next round, we're going to work single crochets evenly all the way around. So just line up your single crochets with each stitch, and you should end up with one extra single crochet from the amount of rows that you did your band. So I ended up doing 57 in total rows for my band. So I'm going to finish off with 58 single crochets by the time I get all the way around and back to the start. Okay, so now that you're at the start, you're going to close that round with a slip stitch in that chain one space from the beginning of the round. And we're going to start this next round with a chain two. Now we're going to work a double crochet. So yarn over, push your hook in that first stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop. You're going to have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through the first 2, yarn over, pull through the last 2. And that's your double crochet. All right, so yarn over, pull through the first 2, yarn over, pull through the next 2. And you're just going to continue on repeating your double crochets all the way around in every single stitch. Remember, if any of my stitches go a little bit too quickly, you can refer to the stitch tutorials in my channel where I focus on these specific stitches, okay? You're going to do this all the way around the whole band. When you get to the start here, close with a slip stitch in the top of that chain 2 space and come back. All right, so here we are back at the start. I'm looking for the top of my chain 2 space, close with a slip stitch, and we're going to start the next round. Go ahead and chain 2. And now we're going to work a back post double crochet. So yarn over, push your hook around the back, and we're going to work, remember like we did those back post single crochets at the start with the band? Same thing, but now we're doing it with a double crochet, okay? So you're going in right around that post, and we're working our back post double crochets around every single post all the way around. You're just going to continue on just like this. Okay, so go all the way around. When you get back here to the start, come on back. All right, so now that you finished that round, you're going to close with a slip stitch in the top of that chain 2 space, and we're going to start our next round with a chain 1. Okay, for this next round, we're going to do half double crochets. So you're going to yarn over, push your hook through your stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. Okay, and that is just going to be repeated in every single stitch all the way around, working our half double crochets. Okay, and you're just going to continue on like this, working half double crochets in every single stitch all the way around. When you get back to the beginning right here, you're going to come back. All right, so we're back at the start. We're going to close with a slip stitch in that chain 1 space. We're going to start our next round with a chain 2. Okay, so this next round is going to need, it's a little different. So we're going to work one double crochet in that first stitch, and then another one in the exact same stitch. So we're working 2 double crochets in this first stitch right at the beginning of this round. Okay, and then you're going to do the same thing in that second stitch. We're going to work 2 double crochets in the second stitch. And now you're going to work one double crochet into each of the next 10 stitches. 2, 3, 4, 5, a little tangle there, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And now in this next one, we're going to work 2 double crochet. And you're going to continue on doing this all the way around. So you're going to do 1 double crochet in each of the next 10 stitches, and then you're going to do 2 double crochet in the following. You're going to do that all the way around until you get to the end of the round. And you're going to work in the last 2 stitches of this round. You're going to do it the same way as you started it, where you're going to work 2 double crochets into each of the last 2 stitches of this round. If you did your band to a different stitch count, a different row count than my 57, you will likely end up with a little bit of a difference here, but that's okay. It's just to give the slouchy hat a little bit of width. So don't worry about it too much, but follow the same kind of rule of thumb here. We're just starting off with 2 double crochet in each of the first 2, then 1 double crochet in each of the next 10, 2 double crochet in the following, 1 double crochet in each of the next 10, 2 in the following. You're going to do this all the way around. Finish off with your 2 double crochet in each of the last 2 stitches here, just like this, okay? When you do that, then come on back. All right, now that you finish that round, you're going to close with your slip stitch in the top of your chain 2 space. And we're going to start the next round with a chain 2. Okay, for this next round, you're going to work 1 back post double crochet around every single post all the way around, just the same way as we did last time. So 1 back post double crochet all the way around, and you're just going to continue on doing that until you get back to the beginning where you started this round. And of course, you're going to close with your slip stitch in the top of your chain 2 space. Just go ahead and continue on back post double crochet all the way till you get to the start, and then come on back. So start your next round with the chain 2, and we're just going to work simple 1 double crochet into every single stitch all the way around. Now pay attention to this part, because here's where we're going to begin our 2 row repeat, okay? So you're going to work this round doing 1 double crochet into every single stitch all the way around. You're going to close your round with your slip stitch in the top of the chain 2 space. We're going to always close every round with a slip stitch. Okay, so go ahead and work that double crochet in every stitch all the way around. Okay, all the way. When you get to the start, close your slip stitch, come back. Now, that's the first row of our 2 row repeat. You're going to do your chain 2 and now back post double crochet around every post all the way around. Okay, so you're going to work your back post double crochet around every single post all the way around. And you're just going to continue on like this. Your 2 row repeat is 1 row of double crochet, 1 row of back post double crochet, and you're just going to continue on with this, repeating until you get to a total of 6 rounds. When you finish a total of 6 rounds, come on back. Okay, so now that you finished that round, and of course you closed the slip stitch and chain 2, we're going to do our single crochet decrease starting off with this next round. So we're going to push our hook in that very first stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, hold on to it, and go right into the next stitch beside, and you're going to yarn over and pull up a loop. Now you've got 3 loops on your hook, but we're going to finish this like a regular single crochet. Yarn over, and you're going to pull right through all 3 of the loops on your hook, and that's your single crochet decrease. Now in the next stitch, regular single crochet. After that regular single crochet, we're going to work another decrease, single crochet decrease, okay? And we're going to alternate like this all the way around. So just continuing just like that, single crochet, decrease, single crochet, decrease, all the way around, and then come back. And we're going to start our next round with a chain 2. All right, this next round's pretty simple one. We're just going to go ahead and work 1 double crochet into every single stitch all the way around. And of course, we're going to end our round the same way we have been doing our closing with a slip stitch. So just do that all the way around till you get to the start here and then come back. Okay, so now that you finished that round of regular double crochets, you're going to chain 2 for the start of this next round, and we're going to do back post double crochets. So you're just going to go ahead and work 1 back post double crochet around every single post. And you're just going to continue on doing that all the way around, back post double crochet around every post, all the way around. And of course, we're going to finish just like every other round. You're going to close with your slip stitch when you get back to the start here and then come back. Okay, so now for this next round, we're going to do our single crochet decrease again. In the first stitch, and then single crochet into the following stitch. And just like the last round that we did like this, our decrease round, we're going to do it the same way. So you're alternating between single crochet decreases and single crochets. Just doing that all the way around, because now we're working on closing up the top here. So when you get back to the start, go ahead and close and then come back. All right, so we're going to chain 2 at the start of this next round, and we're going to work 1 double crochet into every single stitch all the way around. So just 1 double crochet into every single stitch all the way around. You're going to close with your slip stitch in the top of your chain 2 space when you get to the start, and you're going to do your chain 2 and come back. Okay, and now so do your chain 2, and we're going to do another round of back post double crochet, working around every single post all the way around. So 1 round of back post double crochet for this one. There's no decreasing or anything like that. So do that all the way around, back post double crochet, and come back. Okay, and go ahead and do a chain 1. We're going to do our decrease, single crochet decrease into every single stitch. So we're not alternating with decreases and single crochets. We're just working a single crochet decrease every single time, all the way around. And when you get back to the start here, chain 1, and we're going to do that again 1 more time. So we're literally just going to work single crochet decreases all the way around our hat, the top of our hat here, all over again. Just single crochet decreases, no alternating. So go ahead and do that and come back. Now what we're going to do is just fasten off. You're going to pull a bit of a tail end here and fasten it off with your scissors. Okay, pull that tail end right through. You got a small opening still. We're going to use our yarn needle here. Go ahead and thread it. This is how I do. You can flip the hat around already right now. I just like to thread it and push it through. So go ahead and weave your yarn needle, let me give a better view, in and out of every stitch, all the way around the opening. So just weave that through, in and out every single stitch. It's just a few stitches at the top here, but this is because now we're going to close the top of our hat. So like I said, you could have already go and turn your hat inside out for this part already, or do it how I do. I just get in and out of every stitch and then push the yarn needle through the middle and then pull my hat inside out. I don't know why, it's just a habit. And you can just go ahead and find that little opening there. I'll show it to you here. Let me just show you where that is, because it's kind of pulled already like a drawstring. See it there? You can see, I'm just going to pull it and show you. There's the little opening. So I'm going to pull that like a drawstring to close it. And then I'm going to use my yarn needle just to weave in and out to secure it. I'm hiding the tail end. I'm securing the top of the hat. And sorry, it's a little bit of an awkward view there. I'm just pushing the yarn needle just in and out of some random stitches to hide it. And now I'm going to fasten that off. And I'm just going to go ahead and grab this tail end that's from the beginning of the work, and it's still sitting, it's facing the outside, like the right side of my hat. So I'm just going to go ahead and push that through and bring it on the inside And now I'm just going to use my yarn needle, it just popped off there, sorry. And I'm just going to hide that tail end just by weaving it in and out of a couple of stitches just to really secure it nicely and hide it. One more time. And get my scissors, and I'm just going to go ahead and fasten that off as well. Flip it back around so that your hat is the right way. And there we go, a beautiful textured slouchy beanie. I hope you've enjoyed this pattern. Please, of course, like and subscribe, and don't forget to check out the helpful links that I've included in the description below.